Fox News alert now on a call for an intervention with President Trump. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer urging the leaders of our intelligence agencies to educate the president on national security threats after he called them out on Twitter for contradicting him on Iran, North Korea, and ISIS in Senate testimony. Schumer writing this to DNI Coats, the Director of National Intelligence. I believe it is incumbent on you to impress upon him how critically important it is for him to join you and the leadership of our intelligence community in speaking with a unified and accurate voice about national security threats. Joining us now, Bret Baier, anchor of Special Report. The president obviously is getting this intelligence information from someone. He's not the one gathering it from the ground. So the president then, you would believe, would have verified information. Why the contradiction then between he and intelligence officials then?
Hey, Julia, I just want to start by saying that it's a little chilly in the studio here, but I really feel for Mike Tobin.
What is it about,
I really feel for Mike Tobin. Listen, the intelligence is... the president is tweeting out about defending his different points of view on different areas of the world. For example, North Korea, where he says the relationship has dramatically changed. They haven't been firing missiles. They haven't been testing bombs. And he has a discussion with the North Korean leader. Now, it does not mean that North Korea is still not doing things. And that is what the intelligence community was testifying to, and that also testifying to their belief that North Korea is not in the business of getting rid of its nuclear weapons. That's how it sees its existence as a country. So the difference there may just be focus. But on Iran, the president is saying that there is a lot of threat from Iran that the intelligence community was not highlighting in that hearing. And when he tweeted that perhaps they should go back to school, that really sent off alarm bells up on Capitol Hill. And that's where you're getting Chuck Schumer and others saying, there needs to be an intervention, in their words.
I think some of the concern might be the message it sends to these countries. So if he is basically instructing his intelligence officials here in Washington, D.C. to go back to school, then what does that say to Iran or to North Korea, for example, on the cohesion here on, dealing with these countries?
I think it may be a matter of emphasis, and the president wants to emphasize that Iran is still funding terrorists like Hezbollah, terrorists throughout the Middle East, and is still a destabilizing force. The intelligence chiefs were asked specific questions about whether the Iranians are building a nuclear bomb currently, and the answer from Gina Haspel, the CIA director, was no. But that doesn't take away the threat from Iran. So perhaps it's the emphasis here that the president is trying to highlight. I point you back to now Secretary Pompeo, who, as CIA director, said at the Reagan Defense Forum, where I moderated a panel, that the president was a big absorber of information, and that he did not see any time where he presented as CIA director intelligence that the president was not in the game, so to speak, listening and listening intently.
Okay, I want to, first of all, go to President Trump insisting the U.S. relationship with North Korea is, quote, the best it has ever seen. First of all, the relationship between the United States and North Korea is on a completely different playing field than it has in past administrations. There is something very strong to be said with the relationship with these two, considering this is the first time that a sitting president has actually sat down with Kim Jong-un, or Kim Jong-il.
Right. And Kim Jong-un is playing the game well, and he's answering letters, and he has this relationship via letter currently with the president. They are setting up this next summit, which they will meet at again after Singapore. And from a standpoint of contrast to where the relationship was, where they would talk about nuclear war, yes, it's come leaps and bounds. And no, he's not firing missiles, and no, he's not testing nuclear bombs that we know of. But that doesn't mean there's stopping building out, and it doesn't mean they're stopping their aspirations to be a nuclear power. The president just has higher hopes for these negotiations and his ability to change their ways.
All right, Bret Baier, thank you. This is the first time I've seen you, by the way, so I just want to say my prayers with you and your family. Thought of you through that whole thing. And
everybody's doing well.
Prayers have been answered, so it's great news. Great to see you.
We're blessed. Thanks.
Good morning.